Hi folks, it's Fiona here with this week's instalment of the Singing Bowl Adventures. So we're outside again, and this is the place that I wanted to come to last week, but unfortunately the weather was really rather miserable. You'll see here in the background is the round tower of Kilmacduagh, which was started in about the 7th century by St Colman, who was a cousin of Gort, who has the castle is in Kinvara that's named after him. So today I have my e-bowl with me. I think of my e-bowl as a girl. Don't know really why. Well, yeah, it's because the shape is kind of round actually, I think. So I was having a very interesting conversation with somebody yesterday about frequencies, and it led me on to this whole thing of vibration, which obviously singing bowls are all about, but and the vibration that we all make and we all admit. So we all have vibration. Everything is energy. In fact, we live in a whole sea of vibrations. Even solid objects have vibration. They say negative thoughts can reduce our vibration by about 12 megahertz, and positive thoughts can increase them by about 10 megahertz. So having positive thoughts does have actually quite a huge effect upon your system. So this bowl, when played, vibrates at somewhere between 165 and 175 sort of. It's not an exact. So I was playing it earlier on, and my tuner was, resonating slightly. So it's funny because I was reading up then about essential oils and the vibrations that they emit. And my two favourite oils are these blends that Young Living make, and one is called Thieves and the other one's called Joy, and each of those are on one side of this bowl, so that's why I thought really interesting. So Thieves is 150 megahertz and Joy is 188. Both blends that really sing to my soul. I really enjoy them. So yes, going to the positive thoughts then, it's interesting that today I'm wearing this top that I saw in a shop, and I really like it. It's got love hearts on it, as you can see. The pattern drew my attention, but the label actually has my mum's name on it, and my mother died over 30 years ago now, and so for me it was it's more than actually it's full of love hearts. It's full of joy, reminds me of my mum. And driving here today, all the daffodils are out. Well, not all of them, but a lot of them are out. It's the season for them here in Ireland, and daffodils again remind me very much of my mum. So it raises my vibration. It's not a sad thing for me, it's quite a happy thing. So I'd like to think that I've given myself a bit of a positive boost of 20, 30, 40, 50 megahertz. And the other instrument that I brought along today to show you was my energy chime bar. And when this is played, this plays at the equivalent of 528 megahertz, so it's quite high. It's high frequency, and it's almost kind of high pitched, but it's got a lovely tone, and I use it in sound bath. It's the energy of the heart chakra, and also it's reputed to be able to repair DNA cells. So when I use it in a sound bath, I usually use that curved kind of figure that you see with DNA strands. I like to use that. I don't know, it means, for me, it's the way that I use it. Anyway, I'll give you a listen to what this sounds like. Beautiful. I really like that. And I was showing it to a lady on Skype last night. And I found out then, today, when I was looking up frequencies for essential oils, that Idaho Blue Spruce has the megahertz of 580 megahertz. So very close to that, which pretty amazed me, actually. It's higher even than Rose. So yeah, this is a beautiful spot here in Galway, in the west of Ireland. It would be well known around here, but I don't think it's massively known outside of around here. I mean, we do get visitors that come here. So this part that I'm in is a cathedral, and over here you can see more of the monastic settlement as I say, St Coleman was the founder. Around it then were about 2,000, population of about 2,000. All would have lived in some types of wooden dwellings, and they have gone back, I suppose you could say, back to Mother Nature, but the stone parts that have remained, and there's churches and buildings and cells and cathedrals, and yeah, it's a pretty amazing spot. And usually there's always a rook in the upper opening of the round tower. I would come here quite a bit. So that's where we're at for today. I hope you have a lovely day. It really does feel like spring has sprung today here in the west of Ireland. At last, I thought we were going to need a boat last week. Yeah, lovely to connect with you folks, and talk again soon. Bye.